Oh my
gotta
god.
entertain them. They're on like information overload right now.
That's true.
They're all like, bleh.
Do I have anything in my teeth, like French fry from earlier?
You're gonna edit all stuff in my.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
cool,
I can
cool.
chop it all up. And
That's good.
You'll
Man.
be,
Yeah, because I be stuttering and stuff when I get.
Welcome to the Education Abroad presentation for Sea Blue U, your university orientation. Hi, my name is Seth Riker, a UK alum and Promotion and Outreach Coordinator for Education Abroad here at UK. Essentially, that's just a fancy way of saying I'm the marketer of all things international education. I know what you're thinking. Sounds like a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. Okay, don't worry. You're not just stuck with me for the next few minutes. You're also going to hear from some of our awesome Education Abroad peer ambassadors.
Hi, my name's Isaiah Satrom.
My name is Maddie.
Hi, my name's Christian. I'm Hannah.
I'm from Brandenburg, Kentucky.
From Laredo, Kentucky.
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
We'll hear their personal stories and advice in just a moment.
So when I told my parents like I wanted to do China, they're like, what? Really? China?
But before we really jump in here, let me just say, talking to new students and parents is one of the best things we get to do in our line of work. Well, I guess we're not really talking to you right now because we're sort of talking to a camera. Hello! But you get the point. And let me tell you, from where all of us UK folks are standing, this is some of the best people watching out there. No, Mom, I don't want to go to that session. You better get your over here and talk to financial aid. But let me sympathize with all of you guys for just a second. 6 years ago, when I was sitting where you guys are sitting, well, let's just say my mom kindly allowed me to live through my university orientation, even though we didn't speak for the entire car ride back to Western Kentucky. So, moral of the story is, if you're on information overload and want to be at each other's throats, know that you're not alone. And if you're speaking to one another in the car ride home, consider it a success. Okay, now finally, to the topic. So, now that you're just getting acquainted with the University of Kentucky, let's talk about leaving.
Wait, these guys haven't even started classes yet and we're already trying to ship them off?
Most folks have heard of study abroad, so why do we have the long fancy name of education abroad? Are we just trying to be fancy and full of ourselves with a longer name? Well, maybe a little bit. But the real reason we call ourselves education abroad instead of just study abroad is because here at UK, studying abroad is just one piece of the pie. There's a wide variety of opportunities for students to earn credit abroad that doesn't involve a classroom. Many students in the health sciences can find service learning programs abroad to not only earn credit that fits their degree, but that also helps them gain experience that will set them apart for graduate and professional school applications. Business students can find internship placements abroad. On a pre-law track, our internships in British Parliament would probably look pretty good on a law school application. Any education majors in the room? You can even satisfy your student teaching requirements in places like Guatemala, China, Poland. Last but certainly not least, there's research abroad. You can continue research that you've already started here on campus, or explore an entirely new topic. In addition to the variety of experience types we have here at UK, there are also a variety of program types. Programs abroad for students that want some of the comforts of home.
Traveling out of the country was, getting out of my comfort zone was a big step, but having, a professor that I've had in prior classes before my study abroad experiences, and students that went along with me was definitely comforting, having a piece of home with me while abroad.
I studied abroad in Cape Town, South Africa with a UK faculty member and other UK students. It was great because I had Dr. Barnes in class before and she was the one leading the program. So I really wanted to get that kind of experience with other UK students so I could be able to have that comfort and come back to the United States and have people to share my experiences with.
Or programs for those students looking for a really independent, immersive experience.
Yeah, obviously going to China, they speak Mandarin, and I hadn't learned any Mandarin before that at all. But I went to an international school. It's called International School of Business and Economics, and they have a lot of international kids there. And the international classes were taught in English, despite people coming from Colombia or Germany or Russia.
And everything in between.
Well, I studied abroad with a partner program that's provided here through the University of Kentucky. Just having that on-site support throughout the entire semester was phenomenal. Navigating the Madrid airport was not the most exciting prospect for my education abroad experience. So having someone meet me there and meeting all my new friends who I was going to have classes with right off the bat was really, really exciting as well. And our program was really extremely helpful in planning excursions on the weekends. They helped us get our visa as well. They set up intercambio exchanges, so kind of like a partner for language exchange.
But now, before we get too far into the logistics behind education abroad, let's talk about how you approach it. No matter what type of experience or program a student does, we always encourage folks to think about education abroad as an investment. Just like a bachelor's degree helps you stand out in the job market, so does international experience.
In my interview with the CGB, Consolidated Grain and Barge, talking about my study abroad experience is one of the big things that actually, got me that international experience that got me my job. And agriculture being one of Panama's main industries for importing and exporting, and learning that whole process, actually going to the Panama Canal and the organic farms, learning all that really set a foundation for being in the agriculture field.
Well, I recently had a job interview. Of course, study abroad came up on the list of topics. The person on my Disney interview was like, "Oh, tell me more about that." She said that having experience studying abroad was something that a lot of employers really look at well.
It's helped me realize that there's not one right thing to do something. What I think is normal isn't necessarily normal for the rest of the world. So, when working in team projects or working with coworkers, I'm going to realize that, and I'm going to be open to different strategies.
And I think also students have a lot more appreciation, not just for their country, maybe they had their program in, but a lot more appreciation for America and what's great about America, what maybe not be so great, and it really just helps students understand who they are and what their culture is too. So it's not just the other country they're understanding, it's also directly being able to understand Americans.
Education abroad gives you an opportunity to showcase independence, communication skills, intercultural competency, and it shows that you've done something that few students have done. In fact, nationwide, only 14% of those with a bachelor's degree have done an education abroad program.
Well, I think there are many different things you would love to put on a resume, credentials and awards and honors, and those mean a lot. But I think also what means even more, especially if you're in an interview or on call with someone, I think having talking points especially is something that's really, really significant. Being able to have something to talk about, having some sort of experience that stands out.
Now, to really make the most of an education abroad experience, you need to not have what I call a vacation mentality. A lot of students come into our office and they expect us to ask them,
"Hey, how's it going? So where can I help you go?"
But frankly, we couldn't care less where you want to go. Now, why do I say that? Well, being a smart aleck keeps your attention, but also, we really sort of mean it. We would be doing students a disservice if we just sent them on the cheapest and easiest programs and wherever. But the purpose of education abroad is to expand your horizons and explore your subject in a way that you can't here at UK. There are also some practical reasons behind it too. We're not just on a soapbox. Show of hands, how many people would want a scholarship to help them do an education abroad program? There are probably some moms in the room right now pushing their kid's hand up. Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? I wouldn't have been able to do my program without scholarships. But now, if you have what I mentioned as the vacation mentality, what do you think you're going to write on that scholarship application? Well, I've always wanted to go to Paris since I was a little boy because I just thought that tower was really pretty. Please give me $5,000. How many of you guys think you're going to get that scholarship? It ain't going to happen. Beyond that, we just talked about how international experience can really set you apart in the job market. But now, you did what I just said not to do. Fast forward to your first big boy or big girl interview after you graduate. You're sitting there and the employer saw your international experience on your resume. They ask you, "So, tell me about that semester in Paris." "Well, I just chose it because it was the cheapest program, and yeah, I took some classes, but I just always wanted to see the Eiffel Tower. And I got to travel a lot around Europe. Amsterdam was crazy. And yeah, it was awesome." Do you think that's what that employer wanted to hear? Probably not. If all you had to say was, "It was awesome," you probably should have just left it off your resume. Education abroad should be about building skills and gaining experience that you can't here at UK, not about going on a glorified vacation. Okay, so I'm done with my soapbox spiel now. So what do we think most of the parents in the room are concerned about?
So my parents, they were worried that they were going to have to pay more than they pay now here at UK, which turned out not to be really the case. They ended up paying probably a little bit less, if not the same amount that they pay at UK.
I can echo Christian's comments. I was a first-generation college student on a Pell Grant, trying to ball on a budget. I was able to take all my normal scholarships and financial aid with me, and I was even awarded $3,500 in scholarships specific to education abroad. My semester in Chile ended up costing me less than a normal semester would have here at UK. Shocker, right?
UK also has so many scholarships available to study abroad, and in fact I did receive a scholarship from UK to study abroad in South Africa. So that just really helped me realize that this is meant for me and that I had this... What?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It was my destiny. Because I got this scholarship. Okay, you can cut that part out.
No, I'm definitely using that.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, what else have we left out?
So when I talked to my parents about this, they were really excited. But my mom, being the heckler that she is, she stressed, safety first.
The movie Taken didn't really help my parents' ideas about traveling abroad at the beginning.
Through the orientation process, our students receive a lot of information about how to be healthy and safe while abroad. They're also all given a copy of these cards that include various phone numbers in case they need to contact the university. Even our director's cell phone number is in here, so he can answer any time of the day or night if need be, as well as information about UK's insurance policy and other things to do in case of an emergency. Every student that does an education abroad program through UK is automatically enrolled in insurance. The insurance is really great. It covers medical expenses, medical evacuations, various other things, including evacuation if there's a disaster on site. There's no deductible, and students don't have to pay anything out of pocket most of the time. So the Education Abroad staff is constantly monitoring current events. We have newsletters we get from the U.S. government and U.S. State Department every day that have updates with current events. Anytime a serious event occurs abroad, we know where our students are through our database, and we're able to get into contact with them or the on-site staff on the program that they're with to make sure everything's going okay.
So that's a rundown of education abroad. In just a moment, an advisor will be available for questions and answers. But before we go, be sure to grab one of these handouts on the table outside. It's got some student profiles and general information in here. Number 2, on where to begin, you'll find information on First Step info sessions. All students should attend a First Step info session. Those sessions go into the nitty-gritty details behind education abroad, such as academic credit transfer, the real differences in program types. Those are held on Mondays and Tuesdays at 4 and Wednesdays and Thursdays at 3 in 207 Bradley Hall. As soon as you get on campus, come and see us. In addition to that, we even have something for the parents. This little handout has some information that we've already covered, such as health and safety, and also some things that we haven't covered, such as affordability and cost considerations. Okay guys, thanks for watching our video today. I hope that you have a great Sea Blue U orientation, and here's to Sing Blue Abroad.
Sea 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 Blue Abroad.
Yes!
Sea Blue Abroad. No, I'm not going to do that. Although I already
Say-
kind of just did it.